Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Tone Setter Sports Channel. My name is Anthony Fallon. Back once again, and this time I'm going to talk about breaking down on how to defeat the Golden State Warriors. And I'm going to talk about this is because last night, when Golden State played the LA Clippers, and halftime, Charles Barkley was kind of alluding to this, but he wasn't explaining it all the way. And it was funny that he was even talking about it because I was going to do this video before he even said it, and he might have said this numerous of times. But it's pretty obvious to those who play basketball, and really just have not just the natural instinct to play. I mean, just playing street ball, backcourt basketball, whatever you want. Just give and go. Off of eye contact, and for those who know how to play like that, because that's the way I played. Coming up playing ball. My cousins or my friends and I. We just communicated with our eyes, on when to cut, how to cut, saying or where to cut, stuff like that. So, and that's pretty much how Golden State pretty much plays. Is give and go basketball. The ball moves without thought. Almost like if they're calling plays, they're so in tune with each other that they automatically know where to be, where to go, and in their offensive set. And so, Golden State has it pretty much has three sharpshooters in Durant, Curry, and why he's forgetting my name, because I like him. The third guy, Steph Curry, Durant, and why he's forgetting my. But anyway, they got him. They got those three, and Draymond can occasionally shoots outside. Now they don't have a dominant center. They normally have Zaza Pachulia as their starting five. As their starting five. Now, if you want to beat Golden State, this is where you must be dominant and go beating Golden State. Power forward, center. Now, if you have, and pretty much Golden State when not Golden State, the Thunder before Durant, when Durant them had them beat for real. They had them beat when the year before Durant went to Golden State, and they took them to 7 games. Why? Because they had two dominant men at the front court. You had Adams and you had Cantor. So they was beating them in rebounds. But the only thing is that the perimeter shooting is what killed them, and the slashing to the boards is what killed them. Now, back to what I was saying: power forward, center. If you got two dominant, a center and a power forward, but a power forward that can rebound on both ends of the court, offensive rebound, defensive rebounds. You know what I'm saying? And particularly defensive. And offensive is getting those garbage points, those easy putbacks. Now, but the most key part is your power forward, because your power forward he can not only play the post, be and rebound, but he also has to guard the perimeter as well, because one of the most dominant factors about Golden State is that they're interchangeable, because KD will oftentimes spot up and be a point forward as like LeBron James play, because he has the height. He might not have the post game, but he has the height to rebound, but also be able to take the power forward out of position by stretching them out to the perimeter, which leaves the floor wide open for, a give and go, pick and roll, cut to the basket, or post up and, one of the guards post cut to the basket or whatnot. But they also have a slower form of their game too, where when you might have Pachulia and David West in too, because David West is he's more mid range and post player, but he also snatched boards too. So this is the thing. You got to have an interchangeable style team, a lot of height and length, and some speed, lateral quickness, in order to be able to cut off the penetration and passing lanes. So that's something you're gonna have to do. But if, like I said, if you got a power forward center that can rebound on both ends, but if you got one that can also has good post play, because I will post up Draymond and Pachulia all the time. Matter of fact, my game will start inside first and kick it out if you got the shooters and one slasher, or you got two slashers. If you got a shooting guard that has 3 range, mid range, and can drive to the paint, along with your small forward and point guard that can do that, you're pretty much identical to them, because for real, you're not going to really try to outscore Golden State, because they have 3 good shooters that we know of. So that's exactly how you want to set this whole thing up when it comes to Golden State. Now let's talk about the defensive side. Like I said, you got to have a power forward that can not only defend the post, but he can guard the perimeter. And he has a skill set of rebounding too. He don't have to be that much of a post guy, but if he can post, good. Because your 5, if he can post, that's good too, but also have a skill at rebound. But I would want a 5 that really got some post skills. But not only that, and help defense. It's because if your power forward is being stretched out, to guard Durant, whatnot, and dribble penetration comes, your 5 man will have to come and help, and he's gonna pretty much have to leave his man. But Pachulia is not really much of an offensive threat, other than you just have to worry about cutting off the passing lanes if like Durant penetrates from the force as a point forward, So he's gonna have to help. Matter of fact, your small forward is gonna have to help too. He's not gonna have to help, but he's gonna have to cheat and he's gonna have to be very disciplined on when to commit, to the dribble penetration, possible kick out, or possible pass to Zaza Pachulia, which play in the 5 spot if the center comes over to help the power forward, or to help anyone that's dribble penetrating. So, and with that being said, you're going to have some serious defenders to guard the rest of the perimeter shooters. And matter of fact, since they're like a predominantly 3 shooting team, because Steph loves to shoot them bombs, along with Durant, and along with I can't, why his name is, I'm having a brain fart. His name is gonna come to me, but we know who's the other sharpshooter, the assassin that's on that team as well. Now let's say this, since they like to shoot from outside in basketball, if you shoot a 3 or you shoot from long range, 9 times out of 10, if you miss, the ball is gonna bounce. It's gonna bounce back long. It's not gonna just drop right in the box as you would say, right underneath the rim. So therefore, your perimeter defenders that's guarding the 1, 2, and 3 that's out there on the perimeter, they're gonna have to box out from out there. They're gonna have to stop Steph, Durant, Iguodala, or whoever's out there from your point guard, shooting guard, small forward, and sometimes the 4th spot. You're gonna have to box out from there and not let these guys get these loose balls, from their long range shooting, just in case they miss. And if it does fall short, your 5-man that's guarding the rim is definitely gonna have to be a specialist at locating where the ball is gonna bounce off the rim if they miss. But everybody else is going to have to contribute into rebounding because the ball might bounce long, out to the free throw line. So you have to get those hustle plays. You're going to have to out hustle Golden State into getting those loose balls, especially those long rebounds. Playing the passing lanes, because when I watched that Clippers game after the first quarter, it was like 36-23 or something like that. And probably within 2 to 3 minutes of the second quarter, Golden State was damn near up by 15, almost 20 points. Just like that before. And I think maybe Clippers had scored maybe 4 points. So it would have made it like 27. It was, when they went to commercial break, it was like 46-27. So they had scored 10 points within, 1 to 3 minutes. Because actually they went down and scored on every possession. When the Clippers only scored off of 2 of their possessions and had missed 3. So you have to keep pace and be very methodical. But you have to be more methodical on the defensive end. And every possession has to count when it comes to beating Golden State. But if you got some big men that can hustle, you got a small forward that can hustle, and you got the height, you got the lateral quickness and speed, that's how you beat them. Because trying to just go bucket for bucket, it's not going to work. It's going to require defense to beat, team defense to beat Golden State, because they don't play zone. They don't play zone no more. Everything is man to man. So that's why you see the ball move without a conscious. You don't have one player being ball dominant. Why? Because they got multiple players that can be ball dominant when they want to. That can get to the paint, that can dribble, penetrate, and shoot on a dime with the mid range, or they can do screens, motion, and set you up for the long shot, or just come straight down the court and spot up at the 3 line and net, hit the bottom of the net just like that. They have some in the shooting game. They have triple threats, because I can just come up, spot up, I can dribble, penetrate, shoot, or I can go straight to the bucket. So that's some of the keys that you're gonna have to do, especially on the defensive end. You gotta guard them on the perimeter. You pretty much have to box out at the perimeter to stop them from getting long loose balls from their misses. But then you got to have some very good post play, some post defense with a special power forward that can be stretched out to the perimeter. And when they're not doing that, he has to be able to guard the post along with the 5, and they have to work together and communicate. That's one of the key things to basketball, and particularly on defense, calling for picks, screens, stuff like that. One of my favorite things in playing man is deny defense. Don't let your man get in between, get behind you, or get in between you and the rim. For the most part, it's deny defense when you playing man, because one thing, you keep your man in front of you. You can always see where the ball's moving. You got to anticipate the passes, especially weak passes. You know what I'm saying? Because you can pretty much cut the passing lane, and that's easy transitional points. That's how Golden State really beat everybody. It's transition. So you really have to slow their transition down, and that's why it's going to take all 5 guys on the court to be very detailed to defense and getting rebounds, cutting the passing lanes, and hustling for loose balls. Especially those long balls coming off of those long range shots, those 3-point shots. So that's kind of my breakdown and my assessment. If you want to beat the Golden State Warriors, that's what you got to do. It requires effort because they move the ball effortlessly, unconsciously. It has no agenda. The way they distribute the ball. So this is Anthony Fallon, Tone Setter Sports Channel. Peace. I'm out.